Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you are having a wonderful week. Well, we're actually recording this on the Monday, but by the time you watch this on the Thursday, it will be near the end of the week. So we hope that you've had a fabulous week. And we are very much looking forward to the guest that we have got today. So, Jordan, do you want to introduce her?
Yeah, so this week we will be speaking with Debbie from My Little Cake Studio. Debbie is a fantastic baker and she just creates the most gorgeous designs.
She actually calls herself a cake designer, doesn't she? We need to find out what the difference is there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's going to be like our number one question.
Yeah, because that sounds very posh. So we need to make sure that we we understand what we're saying to her. So shall we bring Debbie in?
Ooh. Yeah, why not?
Hello, Debbie. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hello, Charlotte. Hello, Jordan. How are you both?
Yeah, we're good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Really good.
Good.
Oh, we're so excited to have you on. We already know what our first question is going to be for you, because we were wondering, what is the difference between a cake baker and a cake designer? Because you call yourself a cake designer, don't you?
I do. I don't think there's that much difference between it. I mean, a cake maker would be anybody that just literally makes cakes rather than designs a cake. I think that's the whole difference, is somebody that actually designs or creates something like a bespoke, you would then call a designer rather than a maker. Very much like dressmaker, dress designer. A dressmaker can make a dress from a pattern, but a dress designer will design a dress and then create a pattern. It's the same sort of thing in the cake world, but I expect sometimes that some people, they may have a designer, but they will actually put maker. I think it's a personal preference.
I see.
And so with
that's what
that, I'm assuming. Do you do bespoke designs for every bride? Is that kind of a relevant question, or will a bride see something on your website and say, can you make me that cake?
It depends really, and it's a price point thing more than anything else, because if it's more bespoke and I'm literally doing it, I've been given sort of, this is what I like, but I want you to put our spin on your cake. That comes at a cost, because obviously I will sit and I will think and I will design, and even though with every wedding you ask people you want to get an overview of the wedding, so the cake you're putting together is the cake they want. If their budget is a tight budget and they have seen a set of like a cake that they like, you can actually sort of say, well, we can put this bit and this bit and this bit to a cake. So, and then you're keeping within their budget, because by this point they've probably told you what their budget is.
Yeah.
But if they're wanting something that's more bespoke and, there's more about it, like the sugar flowers and there's texture on the cake and anything design aspect will take a long time, obviously the price goes up. It's like with anything that you buy. So yeah, I think that's probably. But most brides come with an idea of what they would like, and if their budget is a tighter budget, I will literally stick to what they're showing me, but have a little bit of an alteration, because then it's not fair to the other cake designer who's designed that cake, and then you're saying, oh, this is a cake I produced for, such and such. But I have to say, it's really, really nice doing photo shoots and doing, when you're practicing whatever you want to, because then whatever I'm thinking of creating, that's how I get it out there. Because I'm putting it onto a cake that's either going to be photographed for a shoot for inspiration for a bride, or, or just something that I really fancy doing myself. So.
I was just wondering, how would you kind of recommend for a bride or a groom to start looking at their cake? Like, how would you say you need to go about it to kind of filter down your ideas, or even get an idea, really?
Yeah, well, definitely. Normally, when you start designing when you start putting together your wedding, you'll already have your venue in mind, and obviously Pinterest is a very, very good resource. I don't know, I feel sorry for brides really, because Pinterest is one of those things, they start looking at it and then you can't stop looking at it, and you see so many ideas, and it's almost like overloading yourself. But I think I normally ask brides to show me what cakes that they've seen that they like. But normally I think that there are exceptions, but I think normally when you decided what sort of wedding you like, you envisage a wedding, there are different types of cakes that go with that wedding. But as I said, there are crossovers to that. Personal preference for a bride. As I said, Pinterest, you have something that you like. My daughter's getting married this year, and the wedding she has planned, you would think, or you would put a semi-naked or a buttercream cake with it, but she doesn't want that. So so obviously it depends on what you like. Some people like fruitcake, you see, so they'll want royal ice cakes. So it really is a personal preference and a style, and so much can be done with cake, these days, and separators and flowers, that brides are really, really spoilt for choice, I think. Really spoilt.
Is there any trends coming up for kind of end of 2021, 2022? I know we used to have, like you spoke about before, the semi-naked cakes, and they were all the rave, and then there was cupcakes and cake pops. And is there anything that's coming up?
If there is, I'm not aware of it. And I've never really, I'll be honest, I've never really followed the trend or the fashion, because when people come to me, normally it's because they've seen something that they like or they've been recommended, and I normally do a bespoke cake to them. So it's never trends don't normally. I wouldn't be like, there's been a lot of dry flowers around towards the end of last year. There's a lot of dry flowers, but whether that will continue, I'm not sure. And a lot of people used to go on whatever color palette was in that year. But I honestly think that COVID and people are thinking differently. You probably know yourself. You probably your own thought processes are different. So I think people are just wanting to get what they want, and don't feel like they have to go with any sort of trend. And I think so many poor brides have had so many disappointments from last year, and some of them are being affected this year. I think that, I don't know, I don't think anybody would dare say this is the trend for this year. Because really it's got to be what you want and what you like and what you envisage.
I think
sorry. No, it's all right. I was just going to say I completely agree with you. I think it's at a massive turning point where actually no one's had any weddings, so you can't really be influenced by what others have been choosing or have gone for.
Yeah, and I think you're right.
I think brides' mindsets are maybe changing as well, because before, years ago, it was, like you say, Debbie, fruitcake. Everybody had to have a fruitcake because that was the rage, when actually how many people actually like fruitcake? And so and it just gets left, doesn't it? Whereas now people just go for what they actually like. Yeah. Which is brilliant.
And I think you don't have to. I think it's like the rule book. I mean, I'm only talking about from my point of view, but I think a little bit that the brides are sort of saying, well, this is what I want, and because a lot of their weddings are shrinking, some of their budgets are actually being used for little bits that they wouldn't have had before, or they're being extremely considerate about everything they're spending and getting a wedding for as little for as little money as possible. But I wouldn't like to predict a trend, and to be honest, if there is a trend out there, I will certainly put something out that would be good for that. if not, then I'm happy to make what people want, what they like, what colour they like.
Which is the best way anyway, isn't it? We always harp on about you're planning a wedding for you and not for anyone else, and that kind of fits into that.
Yeah, definitely. And I think sometimes, I mean, sometimes I know when I say these things, I don't know if I'm saying them because of my age or because of, that's what people are thinking. But I definitely encourage the brides that I speak to, just get what you want. But by the time a bride comes to me, normally they've got quite a lot of it already sorted, because a cake is normal, unless the cake is at the top of your list, it's normally a bit further down the line.
And what would you say, like, your favourite cake style would be?
Oh, well, I actually like fruit cake. Yeah. I do. I like fruit cake, and I think that was because my mother was a cake designer, and her cakes, I mean, she I actually can't do what my mother used to do, because she used to make like the fruit cakes, and she would do all this string work with royal icing and very, very fine work, and I don't know, it just used to be so fine and perfect. It's something you'd see like on the royal wedding cake, really, really fine, perfect work. I don't. I thought I had patience, but I think I'd need more patience than that. I think I like things, but a bit different. I don't actually. Oh God, I sound dreadful. I don't have a favourite as such. I like this cake that's behind me. That came. I feel inspired, and when I feel inspired, I make what I feel inspired by. So it could be colours or anything. I don't have something that I always go back to do. It could be any colour palette. It could just be something that I've seen that I like. So I wouldn't say I have a favourite. I mean, the semi-naked cakes, some of the semi-naked cakes are beautiful, as are the buttercream cakes. I think I just like something that's beautiful and that encapsulates a bride's day, and you can see it in the cake, and it blends in. What I try to achieve is a cake that is part of the theme but can stand out on its own merit. That's what I try to achieve.
That's perfect. I love that.
Thank you.
Shall we do our this and that?
Oh yeah, I love this part.
Got him.
Okay, Debbie. Day or night?
Day or night? Day. I am a Libra. I find it very difficult to make decisions either way. I'm going to be balanced.
This is going to be a hard game for you.
I do. I'm a Libra as well. Do you not find it hard then? I can think of good things for both. Sorry.
Apart from Grey's Anatomy or Breaking Bad, that was an easy choice. Yes, Debbie. Comedy or drama?
Sorry?
Comedy or drama?
Drama.
Sparkling or still? Wine
Sparkling.
or water? A physical book or a Kindle?
Physical book.
Hotel or Airbnb?
Hotel.
Plane, aeroplane or road trip?
Road trip.
Really?
Oh.
Well, yes, because I think you can go where you want on a road trip, can't you? And you're in control. And when you're in a plane, unless you're flying it, you're not necessarily in control.
I never thought of it like that.
Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings?
Potter. All the way. I'm a big Potter fan.
Yeah. Vegetables or fruit?
Can you say both?
No.
Is it going to be one or the other? Fruit.
Ice cream or frozen yogurt?
Ice cream.
Sushi or fajitas?
Fajitas. I hate fish.
Do you?
Well, I don't like fish.
And just because you are going to say the correct answer, Grey's Anatomy or Breaking Bad?
Grey's Anatomy.
You guys planned this. I don't accept that.
I know that Charlotte likes Grey's Anatomy. I'll be honest, I've never watched either.
Told you this was planned.
It wasn't technically planned, but it was just I knew the right answer.
Well, thank you so much, Debbie. It's been wonderful. We cannot wait until we can taste your beautiful cakes and creations again. Although those Oreos, what were they called? Those Oreo things that you made for me, they were incredible.
Oh, the chocolate covered Oreos.
Oh, they were amazing.
Sorry.
Stop, you make me hungry.
Yeah, they were good.
They're nice.
Thank you so much. Please, can you let us know where we can find you on social media?
Yes, you can find me at My Little Cake Studio, and that's both on Facebook and Instagram. And my website is www.mylittlecakestudio.com.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Debbie. It's been great having you.
Thank you, girls. It's been
Thank
lovely.
you. Bye.
Bye.